Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel all about VLSI. In our channel, we usually talk about Verilog, system Verilog, UVM, content related to processors and RISC-V, UVM and everything. And this is a very first podcast on our channel, which I am personally doing. I'm not planning this podcast to be discussing about some VLSI related stuff or embedded related stuff. So basically, this podcast is to know how to lead a life by knowing basically experiences from the older people who has basically lead their life for generations. And today our guest is my own grandfather who basically worked as a commercial tax officer, and we are going to ask him his life lessons and how to deal competition, how to save money, and what is the process of job searching, like what was his experiences in job searching back then and how to deal with upcoming new rapid change of technology, and all we are going to discuss. So here with us our guest today, Mr. Subhakar Rao Garu, retired commercial tax officer. So hi Tata, can you introduce about yourself?
My name is T. Subhakar Rao. I have retired as a commercial tax officer in 2002. From that day onwards, I am doing social service and doing help and also running a old age home, doing service to them also.
Yeah. If possible, can you once briefly tell us about your career? Like, what was your career? What is the role which you have served and all?
As a matter of fact, I was joined in government service in 1964 as stenographer. From that thing, 1974, another promotion, 1975, I promoted as a section officer and worked in secretariat in industries and commerce department for a period of 10 years. From 75 to 1983, I worked in AP Guest House, New Delhi, as liaison officer. I, wa- I was there about 8 years. I returned to back to Secretariat in 1984. From 1984 to 95, I worked as section officer and assistant secretary of government. And 95, I joined as a commercial tax officer in different areas. First posting is Chirala in Andhra Pradesh, Ongole district. Afterwards in Warangal. Afterwards in Hyderabad rural, and retired from Hyderabad.
That's great. That's great. So, let's categorize these questions into different categories. And the first category is like student life and job search. Like, how was your job searching days?
After completion of my education and BCom, Diploma of Commerce, afterwards I was searching a job. Previously, there was no governor, there were no examinations, only appointment through employment exchange. I have gone to the employment exchange. They used to call between 10 to 11:30 a.m. But I have gone there 12, 1 o'clock. Immediately, employment officer asked, "What is this? This time is over." No, sir. At present, I am working in a private transport company. After taking the permission during the lunchtime, I came. What is your qualification? What work you will do? I have completed diploma of commerce. I am ready to work as a stenographer. Stenographer? Oh, there are number of posts are there. You come, select yourself. He has shown some 7 to 8 officers. Then I have selected Industries and Commerce Department Secretariat. Why I have selected Secretariat? Because there are no transfers from Secretariat to other departments. Within that compound, 23 departments are there only we used to work.
That's great. So, can you compare the job searching then versus now? Like, what is your stand on it? What is your comment on it? Like, what was the job searching then and what was the job searching now? And what is your advice to people who are searching jobs at present?
After joining the in that industries and commerce department on a temporary basis, they they can remove at any time because the public service, if I have been allotted by the public service commission, that is a permanent job. After working about 4.5 years, I appeared Public Service Commission examination, and I got through, and I became a permanent employee of secretariat employee. Anything, if you want to do to get a job, we must work hard, and we can satisfy the immediate boss. That is more important.
That's correct. Yeah. So, did you ever face rejections? Like, if you
No,
have applied to any other interviews or something?
no. By at the time of working in secretariat, I appeared examination to get into income tax department. Income tax department, they conducted morning one examination. After get through second examination in the afternoon. After getting through third examination, second day morning. Again, fourth, 2 days examinations were there. By the grace of God, I got through everything, and I've been selected as stenographer in income tax department. But they have posted me in Amadala Valasa, that is
Okay.
very far away, Srikakulam district, which I don't want to go because I have to live, take care of my parents. They are very old people. It is my preliminary duty to look after them. That's why I rejected that post.
Great, great. So, what is your advice on how to face rejections? If you can give a piece of advice.
No, we should not be discouraged if any post applied and not get the opportunity. We must be work hard and we see that how to get that job. But once that has been rejected means you should not be disappointed. We must face those things.
Yeah, that's true. So let's talk about your first job and workplace experience. Like during your first 3 years, how you have dealt with your seniors, like your co-employees or your boss or your seniors? Like, what was your approach?
I already told you, first of all, I joined as a temporary um, clerk in transport company. From there, I entered in the secretariat. In secretariat, I have to deal with my immediate boss and satisfy him whatever work he entrusts without any hesitation. I attended, and I also used to give advice to my colleagues and also my juniors how to face the difficulties. Then we will become successful. We should not pose like anything. Whenever we work, we must be very, very obedient to our boss. That is my.
Great, great, great piece of advice. And one more question, like, how do you see competition between you and your co-employees or your juniors or your seniors? How do you see competition?
I have also faced competitions with my colleagues. I conducted a small test with my colleague. Within 5 minutes, how many pages you will type without a mistake. My friend, one Mr. Subramanian was there. He was an excellent fellow. He has done 1.5 page typing without a mistake in 5 minutes, which I have taken 6 minutes. That's why I don't want to face any. I appreciated him. He said, "What, sir? How you are appreciated? Because you have done a good thing. I must appreciate." That is my advice also.
Great, great. So you think competition is not like getting jealous of anyone, just improving ourselves.
Not at all.
Yes,
Not
yes.
at all.
Okay. So let's move to other category of questions like money and financial wisdom. So, like, what financial mistakes do young people commonly make nowadays? Like, what's your opinion on it?
During my tenure, when I joined in a government service, whatever amount we are getting, we used to give to my parents so that they will systematically spend. And I take the only pocket money. With that, I used to enjoy by going movies once in a week, once in 10 days. And also, some amount after giving my parents, if when they are not accepting, sometimes they have given. Within that amount, we used to save something so as it will be useful for in future needs. At that time, there was no telephone, there is no cell phone, there is not at all this entertainment and luxuries. At that time, necessities are more important. Luxuries are secondary. At that time, there were no much luxuries.
Yeah. So, as you are mentioning about your parents, so my question is like, nowadays we face more, more difficulty to manage our work life as well as family life. So, what do you think? How to manage your work life as and family life? How to provide priorities to which one?
First of all, we must pay full attention towards our job and earning thing. After then, we can look after our family. That is a secondary. It is very essential to look after family. When you are doing your job and getting income, then only we can see them their facilities and everything. Without nowadays, what happened? Income is coming 100 and spending 120. That
Yeah.
means the luxury life has been increased nowadays. For example, I am having a small telephone which was given by my granddaughter that I used to. Now, no, not this is enough. I want to go to another thing by spending 15,000, 20,000. That should not be there. Whatever you are eating, we must be happily satisfied within our meager income.
Yeah. So last final category of question about technology. So how to deal with upcoming new technologies? Because in your period you have seen multiple vast change in your technology. Like for example, if you're initially you're writing down everything in shorthand, then computers came and typewriting came. Then after your internet came and like that the rapid technology change was there. And what do you think? How this present generation to deal with technology change, because we can see artificial intelligence coming very vastly. So, what do you think? How to deal with it?
During our period, there were no cell phone or there is no telephone, except a landline phone was there. In 1984, when I came to Vanastalipuram, there is only one landline. My friend's son is in USA. He said, I will come and talk to you, daddy. Yeah. Then that my friend came to my house, sat about one half an hour to 1 hour, and he spoke to his son. At that time, that was the day. And now there is a lot of change. At that time, there was only a typewriter. We used to type on the machine and we used to take dictations or shorthand because I am a shorthand person. I passed higher grade. That means per minute 120 words per minute. Typewriting 40 words per minute. Whereas this time everything is changed a lot.
Yeah.
Computers are there and so many facilities are there. For that purpose, now there is no guarantee or no importance for the stenographer or typist at all.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So, what do you think? How to adopt with this rapid technology changes? Should we afraid of them or should we adopt them and quickly learn them?
No, we must adopt them because as and when the time is changed and technology is improving, we must also change to that, not for typing, not for shorthand. We must go to computers and everything we must adapt to for future generation. We must adapt to.
Yes, great. So, last and final question from my side. Like, if you want to give a piece of advice to 20s and 30s, as my channel subscribers are mostly 20s and 30s people watching this particular podcast. So, what is a piece of advice do you want to give them in terms of career, in terms of financial, and in terms of job searching?
In job searching, whatever job we are doing, whether it is a higher post or small post, we must be very, very obedient to our our boss, and we must satisfy them. Whether he is given this work or that work is not pertinent to him, we should not say anything. Not negative, we should not at all speak to negative. Whatever they we give, we must do. Whatever income we are getting, salary or anything, that should be spent in a systematic way so that we should not depend and so that we should not take borrowing and enjoying. That should not be there. Whatever you are earning, you spend yourself satisfactorily and also see that some amount should be kept in savings so as it will be useful for future needs.
Great, great, great piece of advice. And with this, thank you for your valuable time and thank you.